Welcome, everybody.
Hi.
Thank you so much for coming. I'm Anne-Marie Hughes. I'm the department chair of the Fashion and Marketing departments.
And I'm Sherry. Nice to meet you all. I am the fashion design professor here.
So we're going to talk in a little bit, but first off, we want our fashion club to come out because they are kind of the brains behind putting a lot of this together, and we want to have them talk a little bit because they have to get changed.
Yeah.
They have to be in the show. So we're going to let them talk real quick.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right. First of all, I just want to say thank you so much for coming. We've never had a show sell out before, so thank you everyone for your cooperation. I know. Thank you everyone for your cooperation. Thank you everyone who's outside watching on the projector screen. We really appreciate everyone who came to support. I didn't say before, my name's Anastasia. I'm the president of Fashion Club. Thank you. When I was elected in the fall, I wanted to make sure that we had a lot going on and a lot in involvement. And I mean, we sold out this show, so I feel like that says a lot. Our first meeting of the year, we had so many people that we had to break out into 2 classrooms. So we really hit it off from the beginning. And recently, we were just awarded with Best Club at Brookdale. So that was another really big achievement. So, but for the show, we've been working very, very hard, which my team will talk about a little bit more, but all the visuals were done by our students, all the designs were done by our students, most of our models are students, so everything that you see was organized by students. So everyone did such an incredible job, and I just wanted to thank everyone that worked so hard, everyone that came, everyone in the production team. So yeah, I'm gonna pass it on to our treasurer, Danielle.
Yeah, this show was planned in advance. We planned it like in November, even before fall break, so it's been a long time in the making. We had our model fittings in April too, and most of the garments were finished in early April, which is really impressive because that's never happened before. And there's over 100 looks in the show.
Hi guys, my name is Hannah. I'm the vice president of the Fashion Club. And like Danielle said, because we had so many garments and so many looks already finished, we were actually able to schedule photo shoots for our designers ahead of time, which was really great. And these photo shoots are so special to everyone because they just allow the designers to, get professional pictures taken that they can use for their portfolios, and it was just so cool to see that happen so soon. And we also had so many photographers reach out to us and who were able to help us, make this all happen. So thank you so much to all of our photographers. You'll see them around here. And, we just really appreciate that they're able to capture this moment for us and, make it something that we can look back on for years to come.
All right, so we're gonna pass it back to our wonderful advisors who also made this night possible for us.
Thank you.
And I also just want to mention, because Anna didn't, that she won Best Club Advisor too.
Yes.
She was being a little modest about it.
Not to brag, but yes. So a little bit about our program. You're going to see a ton of our student work not only come down the runway, but we have a lot of student work out front. So if you didn't get a chance to check that out, please check it out on your way out. There are a lot of our end of semester projects for our sustainability course. Really cool new technologies happening in the fashion industry that they researched. Our buying class, our product development class, our textiles class, and our intro fashion business class. So lots of student projects out there, lots of opportunities to take photos afterwards as well. And we do have some interviews if you're so inclined after too. We've been incredibly busy this year. As Anna, Hannah, and Danielle alluded to, we could not be more proud of our students. They have put in so much work. And I think we kind of looked at each other today and we were like, oh my God, they're ready. Like, what's happening?
I had no one to yell at backstage, so.
And it was pretty impressive. So I I always say every year, I think this is our best show yet, but this is truly our best show yet. As you can see, not only by everybody here, but everybody watching out there and also our live stream. So anything else to add?
Yeah, I would just like to apologize to any families for keeping all your kids in the sewing lab this whole semester. But as you could see, they were actually working. So when they say they're going out on a Friday night, they're coming to school, and there's evidence of that. But I am so incredibly proud of all of them, and you guys honestly got the best tickets of the entire year. Clearly, it's a sold-out event, and there's people outside. Hey, sorry. But everything that you're about to see on the runway is truly one of a kind. All the students created their own drapes and patterns, conducted fittings, alterations for perfect fit, and they just worked really hard, tirelessly, you could say, as last Friday we had a 24-hour design marathon. So they've just been here every single day, and you're about to see all their hard work pay off. And I'm so excited for you guys, and you should be excited too. So let's give it up for the students. Woo!
So without further ado, the moment you've been waiting for, let's get this show started.
I picked classical because I don't think many people listen to it today, and when I saw that as an option, or like when we were talking about that as an option, I thought that would be something really cool to incorporate. And also because I was making this dress for my cousin's wedding that was very like Bridgerton inspired, so I thought like they'll go together well.
I picked classical because when I was thinking about what I wanted to make my looks about, I wanted them to be different looks in history. And of course, the first one that came to mind was classical music. And I got inspiration from a lot of fashion from the Victorian era. I incorporated the style of corsets they used for ball gowns in the Victorian era.
I chose the soul and jazz genre because I love the raw emotional music. It inspires, it emulates, it's very freeing. In my designs, I incorporate elements like movement and rhythm by using recycled bridal lace appliques all throughout my pieces, trying to create rhythm and movement all over the body to have your eye be caught and be able to see the whole outfit as a whole.
I picked the jazz genre because I really like the idea of jazz clubs, the lighting. I looked up on Pinterest a lot of like the attire for it, and I really loved it. And my inspiration for it was a mixture of Monster High, which I grew up watching, and Sex and the City, like all the different kinds of patterns that Carrie would always have and all the different kinds of outfits that she would have. And a lot of the layering came from the Monster High.
I decided to go jazz because I only really listen to Leve, but she is an artist I love, and a lot of like her music and the outfit she wears is very like pastel, feminine, cutesy. So I thought I could make like a pink outfit for that, and I love her a lot. So
I typically don't really listen to country music, but there are some artists that I do really like. I used to be in love with, I still love Taylor Swift, especially when she started out, but also like Morgan Wallen is like my current favorite like country artist, also like Carrie Underwood and, you know, so many people. But I just love how the Western and cowgirl like aesthetic and just, you know, style has really been like in and like I don't want to say trending, but it is kind of trending. It's just very in now these days and like into this generation and everything. But I also wanted to incorporate some like Native American, you know, kind of culture in there too, which is why I chose like certain buttons with, you know, turquoise stones, and then like I added a cowboy hat and everything. There will be, you know, fringe on my corset just to kind of embody like a modern type of cowgirl outfit.
I actually used to hate country music because my parents used to play on the radio all the time, and me and my brother despised it. But then within the past few months, I found this artist, Jenna Davis, and another artist, Chanel Yates, and I just fell in love with their country music. So I thought, why not incorporate that? The elements I incorporated was using a lot of denim because I felt like that really fit. I did use a lot of florals since the artist I was inspired by is a female artist, and it felt very feminine.
So I chose Gothic Country because it was just the genre that was included in the album that I based my looks off of. Country in and of itself is classically always about speaking up for what you believe in, and that is something that I love to do. Country as a genre has classically been used to speak out against the powers that be and things like that. And so the song that I chose in specific, American Teenager, it talks a lot about how the American dream pertains to the youth of America and how there's this sort of expectation of how they should be living, but due to their own personal tragedies or whatever was going on, even just within the country itself, they're not able to or never given the chance to. And so I took a lot of classical or historical symbols of protest in the US. So things like that would be painted denim and carnations and chrysanthemums that were very common during the 70s Vietnam protests and the Flower Power movement.
What inspired me from the indie genre is it's super broad, so there's many different types of music under the indie category. I gravitated towards Bjork. Her music is just super fun, and all the lyrics are super like powerful. I wanted to use interesting fabric selection again. So I made a skirt out of wool coating. I was inspired by the album cover debut by Bjork. The silhouette is inspired by it, and I also have like a similar sweater that's connected to a corset.
I picked the indie genre because my favorite band ever, they're called Silver Cup. It inspired me because I just really love them, and so one of my looks is just really stuff that I love because I believe that like kind of went hand in hand. And my other look that I put in the indie genre was about their song Bluebells, and that song is about like appreciating time passing. I made my little cousin's graduation dress because she's graduating this year, so I incorporated just fabrics that I thought represented the meanings of each song. The colors and the flowers in them really went with the theme.
As far as the album goes, in terms of like indie, it sort of feels a bit more like intimate, things like that. The two songs, they both talk a lot about some more like darker themes, and so I incorporate those themes into my looks. So one talked a bit about like sexualization of women and exploitation and abuse, and it was called Gibson Girl, so I based that dress off of the Gibson Girl historical look, but kind of made it a bit more modern and let have themes of like modern lingerie to sort of talk about to communicate the sexualization of women. The next indie song, it talked a lot about the character Ethel Cain. It's just her journey in the album and like how she runs away, and it ends with her murder and subsequent cannibalization. In the song, she describes herself as a freezer bride, so I made a wedding dress-esque look. And I did red beading and like a gaping hole in the chest because I want to communicate how she was being consumed and eaten. And I chose that in specific because of the recent release of the Epstein files and how it talked about cannibalization, how people in power have committed acts like that, and how Ethel Cain in the song, she talks about how she's worried that her memory will be nothing more than a Polaroid in evidence. And I think it's important to communicate that these people who actually experience this, not just in the song, but in reality, are more than just a picture in some PDF, but are actual people.
So the reason I picked the indie genre was just because I love it. Like I said, I love pop too. And it's something that came into my life a little bit more recently, and it's inspired my look by like, it's sort of like dark styling that it has, specific elements that I incorporated from the indie genre into my design. I still wanted it to have a slightly darker tone by using more muted colors, a dark green, a little bit of lace, but more like hidden under those darker colors, and like low drop backs and beading work that I think will help to kind of convey the vibe that I'm going for.
So the reason I chose electronic is just that I like it. I listen to a lot of it, and I really love how sort of broad it can be. I think there's a lot of potential to work with, both musically and also just looking to take inspiration from it. Elements from the genre that I tried to incorporate include a lot of shinier textures, sequined fabrics. A lot of choices I made were just with the intention to kind of elevate what was a relatively regular garment into something that was a little cooler or just more fun.
I picked indie for my third look. The shirt is a bunch of patchwork together, cut up band t-shirts, and like there's an MTV one and Killer Clowns from Outer Space. So I wanted to keep it like cinematography and music.
Hard to see, but there's loads of time. No need to mention just who's wrong or right. Empty seats or a day away. In the back of your mind, you know that you can say, oh well, what's the worst that could happen? Oh well, what's the worst that could happen? Miss a train, grab the next one. Left my coat in the bathroom. All of the days were glad to see another day coming. We can make a bad day better. Glad to see another day coming. dancing shoes. Come on, escape that Monday blues. We'll make the Friday news. Come on, just take my hand, lean your head on my chest. I call you mine. We'll go 100 miles and we'll never look back. Here comes the sun, won't you come along?
I focused on musicals because I've been watching a lot of film, and Audrey Hepburn's one of my favorite actresses when we talk about film in general. The first movie I watched like about a year ago was My Fair Lady, and I just watched the ascot scene where they're all in the middle of the yard, and I just got so inspired by it. I focused on a lot of the Edwardian period looks, a lot of laces, trims. I focused more on like monotone colors, black and white, maybe some grays here and there, but using elements like feathers and pearls and like ribbons to really tie into the theme.
So the reason I picked musical is because from the time I was like little, I have always loved Disney, and so I chose Descendants 2 as my inspiration for all of my looks. I just remember when I was watching these movies just being absolutely enamored by like everything about all of the outfits they had, and I remember just when I was choosing what I was going to do for my looks, that I was like, wait, so this could be a really, really cool idea. Everything is going to be hand painted and spray painted, and lots of rhinestones, lots of chains, lots of fabric scraps kind of just thrown onto everything, and I'm really excited.
So I picked the musical genre, and specifically the musical Hair. Mainly I'm inspired by the late 60s and the Summer of Love, so it's kind of like this very hippie, like anti-war, anti-establishment, anti-racism, like explosion of a counterculture. Certain elements that I incorporated for my design that were inspired by Hair is bell bottoms. Absolutely, I had to do bell bottoms, and they're this beautiful silk ikat fabric that has geometric patterns, so I just thought it was so beautiful. There's embroidered denim, which I think denim is a huge part of that era too, especially with that musical Hair.
I chose pop because I'm a huge fan of Olivia Dean. She focuses on her music being about like self-love, being able to go through all of the emotions while still loving yourself. I grew up in the dance world, so loving yourself has been kind of hard. So listening to her has really helped me. When she performs, her outfits are usually very flowy, but also very self-expressive. I think she sticks to a lot of neutral colors and autumn colors, but for me, more to make it more personalized, I chose a brighter color, so I think that definitely emphasizes the self-love aspect. Definitely a kind of dress that you just want to twirl around in and kind of feel like you're a little child.
So pop is like mostly what I listen to. I've been listening to K-pop for like 5 years now almost, and I went with the song Lilac because I found this purple organza that I loved that really matched, and it's a really beautiful song by the artist IU. So I'm incorporating a lot of lace, lots of purple, lots of hand sewing that went into the corset and the skirt. But French pop, I love the song Love Story, and I always see like couture like designers like have that song playing on the runways or in their videos. So I really wanted to use that, and then of course like I've fallen in love with beatery, so I'm insane this semester, and I'm spending like almost 100 hours beating this corset to make into this beautiful like wedding-like gown.
The specific artist I chose for pop is Pink Panthers. I've been getting into her a lot recently. I just love her singing. I love how like she produces everything. So pop has just been a genre that I've listened to like all throughout my life. So like I really wanted to incorporate that, but with like a new artist I've been listening to. Pink Panthers, if you've seen her like music videos, her style, she wears a lot of plaid. So I wanted this look to be all plaid, like different types of plaid. She wears a lot of like button ups as well, so I created this like plaid skirt and then like a different plaid thick strap top and everything. And it's just like very feminine, very like different, very alternative as well.
I picked the pop genre because pop is my favorite genre of music. I've always been a pop girly, and my inspiration was Olivia Rodrigo, her song Lacy. It's one of my favorites off the Guts album, and I feel like it also has a little bit of like Madison Beer, the garment, but Olivia was like my main inspiration. And then it's kind of like a flowy baby doll type dress. So I feel like a lot of the pop girlies kind of wear stuff like that, like Sabrina Carpenter. And those are just like my favorite type of dresses. And it has like an empire waist, lace on the top, chiffon on the bottom.
I picked the pop genre because it's Chappell Roan, and she's just so princess. So my look is just very princess. I picked like the hot pinks, and I chose like those fabrics because they just really made that princess picture happen.
So I chose the pop genre, also inspired by the late 60s and 1967. This one is huge with the Summer of Love, and it's all about flower power, and the fabric that I use is flowers and velvets, and the same thing with the counterculture explosion of a youth that was looking to explore their freedom of expression and creativity. So that whole era of the music, the Mamas and the Papas and Grace Slick with Jefferson Airplane, the Monterey Pop Festival that was happening in California, just all of it just really inspiring of the Summer of Love.
So what inspired me is it's kind of Suki Waterhouse's style. She kind of dresses in a very boho way, and I was inspired by this song called Nostalgia because fashion can be very nostalgic as it incorporates trends from different time periods. So I kind of leaned into like the boho chic style. The elements I incorporated into my design are bell sleeves, kind of from the 60s, 70s vibe, and lace because it's very feminine. And I think the dress is kind of nostalgic, just like a lot of indie pop music. And it's very fun and free-spirited.
I picked the disco genre because that was the second thing that came to mind when I thought of music genres in history. I incorporated stretch satin because I know a lot of their clothes, especially the pants, conform to the body. I used sequin in the pants as well because of the to kind of mimic the disco ball.
Why did I pick pop as my genre? Well, I kind of listen to a lot of music, but I feel like I fall typically into the pop category a lot, you know, bumping along to it. It just kind of gives me that energy I need to get through the day, and I wanted to express that articulately through my designs. So I used a lot of bright colors, especially in this design. I feel like you can tell kind of I'm usually into more like darker blacks and grays, but I kind of wanted to take a step outside of my comfort zone and really explore these really bright and fun colors.
I picked the pop genre just because I know I like the music. It's the thing that I've been listening to the entirety of my life, and I feel like it's just such a diverse genre. Specifically, I'm very, very interested in like the 2000s up until like what we have now. The elements that I incorporated in my designs from pop are a lot of bright colors and a lot of fun patterns. And because both of my looks that I'm doing are so different styles of pop, one is a little bit more like clean cut and casual, and the other one is a bit more like flouncy and pretty and like delicate, just to match the songs that I chose.
So what inspired me from the pop genre was my mom. I mean, she would always play Madonna, and growing up around it, I kind of just gravitated towards it. Recently, I was told a story by my mom that Madonna called her when she was 11 years old, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a look inspired by Madonna. So Madonna on stage wore like bullet bra corsets, which, I mean, they're gorgeous. So I was like, I'm going to try and do a ready-to-wear approach to that design.
I picked the pop genre just mainly because that's my main music choice. My pop look is inspired by one of my favorite artists. She's a Colombian artist, Carol G. And my look was inspired by her album Mañana Será Bonito, which translates to Tomorrow Will Be Beautiful. And I just love, you know, how much she represents like her culture, whether it's like reggaeton pop or like Latin pop, and she's a really big like representation to Latinos like around world and everything. So I just really love like what she embodies like as a woman and as an artist. Her look and just like her whole demeanor, all her clothes, they're just like so like colorful and bold and like, you know, sparkly. So I really wanted to incorporate her album cover for that album. I really wanted to capture like her essence. The fabric that I chose was a very colorful kind of rainbow fabric. I also wanted to add some like embellishments, like some dangly rhinestones, like some sparkle, like a nice like puffy, you know, skirt.
The rock genre, I'm inspired mostly by like Olivia Rodrigo and like Demi Lovato, her old albums like Heart Attack. I always like, when I was younger, I always like wanted to be like a rock star growing up. Like my favorite series like Camp Rock, loved watching that. Victorious, like I always wanted to be like a pop star, rock star when I was younger. The rock genre, it's like very like, it's like the guitar and everything, like the loud singing and everything, and I love that. With the elements that I incorporated into my design, I've been seeing like a lot of like artists, they've been wearing a lot of like corsets, like very like sparkly. I came with like this corset with like beaded like drop sleeves, some pants with like lace ups on the sides, just like incorporate that like edginess, but then like very like feminine at the very same time.
I picked the rock genre because it's just always influenced me. The design that I did like specifically, it's based off of the album Lux by Rosalia. She's been one of my biggest inspirations for years, and the album just resonates with me a lot.
So I chose the rock genre. This one is my favorite. Super inspired by the psychedelia aspect of it. Jimi Hendrix and the Beatles exploring that, and what was happening in the late 60s in London. Lots of color, lots of print. Really just, I think the music spawned this movement of creative fashion. The specific elements that I wanted to incorporate definitely was colorful purple velvet, and then the corset is different psychedelic prints that are all together, like little hints of sparkle and everything just velvet and psychedelic.
My design is going into the rock genre, but my garment is based off of the Hosier song Like Real People Do. It was my most listened to song in 2025, so I wanted to base it off of that. It was one of the songs that helped me like fall asleep since I was having a really hard time, and it honestly makes me cry every time I listen to it because it's about like overcoming trauma and existing together and understanding the other person that you're with. Some of the elements I incorporated in my design to give it more of like a flowy, free feeling was a gathered circle skirt and with a ruffle on the bottom, and then flared sleeves to be more of like a summery, free feeling.
I picked the rock genre because I was doing it more based off of like my favorite album, but some elements from the genre I feel like is like the angstiness of like rock music. I picked it because of that, but I'm more specifically doing like a Fall Out Boy album. Like, I'm gonna butcher this because it's like a French name, but I'm gonna try my best. It's like Folie à Deux, and it means like madness for two. So I wanted to make two different matching looks that go together, but like they don't go together at the same time. One is more like a real bear, because there's like on the album cover there's like a real bear and then there's like a fake bear. So the one that I'm modeling is like a real bear because I thought that was like more like genuine and stuff and like wild and free. And then the other one is like a stuffed bear, and it's like falling apart at the seams and stuff. That goes with like the themes of the album and everything like that. So yeah, I'm excited.
Specifically, I chose like 80s rock because that's a lot of what I grew up with my dad, and it means a lot to me. So I wanted to, you know, take some of these songs that I grew up listening to and like all these happy memories and put it into my work. I wanted to use a lot of like harsher tones and cutouts into this look. It's using a lot of fabrics. There's some lace in there, but there's also like heavy cottons. I wanted to not only, you know, take kind of like smoother tones, but, you know, incorporate more heavily textured elements into my design.
I chose R&B because I was inspired by Doechie's 2025, the designer Tom Brown incorporated like grays and blacks. For my other look, I chose to go with a song called Don't Touch My Hair by Solange. And I was inspired by that because growing up, I had people touching my hair and making me feel uncomfortable. So my design is inspired by uplifting Black women and like uplifting what we have to deal with and the beauty in our hair. Some elements that I incorporated into my look, I incorporated the color gray like Doechii used for her performance. And I also incorporated actual hair that Black women use for my garment.
I picked R&B because it's one of my favorite genres of music. I've just always connected with it. It's a perfect blend of like high energy and like chill. It can do like anything. I chose Destiny's Child because I think that as a group, visually and like their aesthetic is just super cool. Also, their mother designed their costumes when they were like starting off, which I think was super interesting. I ended up going with like denim fabrics because 90s and 2000s, and then fun hot pink colors because I just think it adds a lot, you know?
Listening to rap really elevates like my confidence. Like specifically this look is inspired by Megan Thee Stallion, and just like listening to her and I just like feeling myself, and then like my confidence just like boomed. She really helped me like love myself and my body, which I've always like struggled about like growing up. Like with her music, it's all about being confident and just being who you truly are and just not caring what others think. So for this look, I wanted to create a very revealing outfit. So we got some like denim shorts that she wears a lot, and then I have a bustier top that's very sparkly with like beads all around, and then just some like nice denim shorts to go with it to really like bring out like to be confident in your own body.
I picked punk and goth again because they're like some of the most listened to genres that I play. I wanted to do like a more medieval inspired look, which is my second look. That's based off of like, if you guys have ever seen The Handmaiden's Tale, it's like what the maidens wear, the big A-line skirt with a bunch of pleating in the back. And then I didn't want to do like a shroud, so I just did like a t-shirt with a nice print design that I found. And for my other one, it's based off of Bauhaus's band logo, which is the corset and the pleated pants.
I picked the punk genre because when I started getting into fashion, one of the main designers I really like gravitated towards was Vivienne Westwood, and I also started getting into the Sex Pistols, Misfits, and other punk artists, and I really enjoyed what they stood for. There's been like many different eras of punk, but I mostly wanted to take it back to when punk started. When I was first buying like CDs and vinyl, the first CD I bought was Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me by The Cure. And I listened to that album front to back probably like 100 times at this point. But I think it's super important when you buy like physical media and you listen to it, it provokes like a different feeling. You get a different aspect of the storytelling of an album. They talk about insecurity, heartbreak. I kind of put my own story and how I interpreted the album into my clothes. Elements from the punk genre that I incorporated in my design was using metal hardware on the shirt, as well as keeping the fabric like frayed. I used gauze. Gauze has like an interesting texture on it, and it's also dyed and aged, so.
So for my third look, I wanted to do something completely different. So I picked the goth genre because on like the rock one, I was inspired by like a specific piece of work. And the other one, I was like, I kind of just want to do like the general vibe of the genre. And I was thinking of like, I wanted to go with the animal theme still, so it could be like a collection. So I was like, what animal do I think represents the genre? And I was thinking like a black swan would be like the perfect thing. And yeah, there's gonna be like feathers and stuff. It's gonna be shiny. I'm excited for that one the most.
I picked the punk genre because it's one of the only genres that really is based on political statements and talking about what's going on in the world. Listening to punk music and making punk music is an outlet for all that anger and hopelessness of everything that's going on. I love how punk musicians use their platform to speak about certain issues and bring awareness to it. For my look, I have a bikini top and short shorts because I was inspired by the song Tiny Bikini by Amyl and the Sniffers. That's basically just saying, I just want to wear my bikini, I just want to wear my shorts, I don't want to worry about men looking at me or sexualizing my body. I just want to wear what I want. I also wanted to incorporate the idea of punk patches that is really important in the punk community.
Why did I choose goth as my genre? Well, it's kind of a big part of my personality. Outside of school, I'm typically in full goth makeup. That's kind of the look that I align myself with. And I've honestly made a lot of friends through the goth community, and that's kind of how I found who I am as a person. This one, heavily cut out. I have, slits up the sides of my shorts, and the top itself, very revealing, but it will ultimately have like absolute like a rib cage look through the design. I wanted it to be kind of creepy, but also just, interesting to look at. Like, it catches your attention right away.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. We promised you a good show, and I think they delivered. So thank you, thank you, thank you. But we just wanted to do a quick thank you, and then we're going to bring them back out for a flood to get one last view of what they were wearing tonight, take some pictures and so forth. But we both wanted to thank everybody here at Brookdale for supporting us. Nate and his team, I mean, for setting this up. They do an amazing job every year. We could not do it without them. Our photographers, our department tutors, Sari, somewhere around here, I think. Gail, who's not with us tonight. But they have been amazing support staff for us and our students throughout this whole process. And, you know, we couldn't do it without them. So anything else?
Yeah, I would also like to thank Nicole, who's our new assistant. Yes. And all these looks would not have been possible without Nicole helping us every single day. So she's been a great addition to our team. So let's give it up one more time for everybody who made this night possible.
Thank you.
And thank you for coming out and supporting us. Thank you so much for having such great designers too.
Yeah. Make sure to check everything out as you exit, and then without further ado, one more round of applause as they walk one final walk down the runway. Thank you again, everybody.
Swag bags underneath your seats. Check them out.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. But
we're not done yet. These are our lovely professors who made this night possible. Endless hours put into this and making sure that everyone got their work done on time. So we just wanted to give a special thank you to Anne-Marie and Sherry for everything they do for us, because they really do live here sometimes and don't go home to their families. So we just wanted to let them know that they're very much appreciated.
Now for real, we're done. And you all can go and hug your students and everyone that has helped out. And thank you all again. Have a great night. Thank you.